Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Michael here, 8 a.m. in the UK. Let's dive into some English pronunciation questions. So I can see that one of you is online already, which is terrific. Thanks for being here at the start of today's live. Who have we got here already? Just let me know in the comments and I will say a big personal hi. Thanks for being here on time. And what we're going to do is we're going to go for about 25 minutes today. I need to leave at 8:30 very promptly today. Okay, so I've got half an hour to answer some questions and get you some really good results. Amina, hey Amina, how you doing? Thanks for coming back and watching another live. You were really good at watching some of the lives before, weren't you? A couple of weeks ago. So well done. I can see some more people are joining now, which is terrific. Morning, everybody from the UK. Whereabouts are you watching from, and who have we got here? Thanks, Amina, for joining. Where are you watching from, Amina, today? And what are your plans for the weekend? I've got a big window next to me, and it's quite windy today. So it's been grotty with weather recently, but I think it's going to get slightly better finally. So Amina's from Morocco. Nice, lovely. That's great. And I've not been to Morocco, but my family have, and they loved it. And I would like to go myself when I can. Jonathan, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you again, Jonathan. You're always really, really good at being here. So it's a wonderful coming back. And do you have a question I can answer for you? You're working, Amina. Well done for joining live whilst you're at work. What are you up to? What are you working on? What are you working on? Morning, Grattan. How you doing? Is that Khalil? Right. Just let me know. Welcome back to the live. Thanks for all your comments, Grattan. I know you're doing really, really good. What's popping? That's a good English phrase, that. Khalil, what's popping? It's a phrase that we don't use very often in English. It's a good phrase, but it's one that sounds a little bit unnatural. It's normally quite colloquial English. So what's popping? It's not something that I would really use in a conversation, especially not in a formal situation. Yeah, exactly. Slang. That's exactly right, Khalil. Yeah, we've got Monica on the call. Morning, Monica. How you doing? We're lucky everyone today. We've got Monica on the call. She's joining us. I've done some one-to-one work with Monica, and she is proof of just how well you can do with your English pronunciation when you give some practice to it and work really hard. Monica has shown exactly what's possible when you apply yourself to English pronunciation, and I'm really proud of what she's done. So I'm going to ask Monica if Monica has a question that I can answer, and I'll be very happy to answer it. I'll be very happy to answer all of your questions. And I am going to get started with a question that Monica asked me yesterday, actually, off the live, which was about the pronunciation of the word high-priced. So I'm going to get on in and answer that right away. But just first, thanks everyone who's joining. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the live. Nathan's watching from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Awesome. Well done, Nathan. Thanks for joining. I'm not sure if you've been on before, have you? Or if you have, I've not seen any comments from you. So thank you for joining and great to have you here. Maurice, welcome back. Great having you here yesterday. Professor, I appreciate that. And you're saying that you're having difficulty with intrusive sounds and the T sound in RP. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do, everybody, I'm going to answer Monica's question first, then I'm going to answer Maurice's question, because Maurice has asked a question about the T sound. And because I've been helping new students who join my course this week, and I've been giving them personal feedback on their pronunciation, I've been giving a lot of them feedback on their T sound. A lot of different native language speakers feedback on their T sound. So I'm going to give you the same feedback I've been giving them, because I think I'm sure it's going to help some of you who are watching here today. Okay, so Maurice, I'm going to answer your question in just a moment. First, I'm going to answer Monica's question, who asked about the pronunciation of the word high-priced. Monica, just if I'm not saying that correctly, just remind me, but I'm pretty sure it was high-priced. Monica, just confirm it was high-priced. I'm going to explain the pronunciation of this word anyway. If something was expensive, you could say it was very high priced. Okay, and the word that could cause difficulty there is probably the second word in that phrase, priced. Okay, there's a couple of reasons why it could cause difficulty. The first reason in high priced is pra, pra. The PR consonant combination is always a challenging one. Okay, it's very important that when you're saying priced, you don't want your tongue to touch the roof of your mouth. Okay, so in English, the tip of the tongue does not touch the roof of the mouth. Okay, I did a live training yesterday for my course students, and we had someone on there, two people on there that were having difficulty with the English R sound, but we also had a number of people on there that had difficulty with the English R sound in the past, but that had all overcome it. And I asked them, the ones who'd overcome it, what was the main thing that you'd done to find the English R sound easy to say? And there was two things that happened in this order. The first thing that really helped to make the English R sound correctly without the tongue touching the roof of the mouth is by bunching your lip up for the sound. So on its own, it would be ra, ra, ra. Look at me bunching my bottom lip up. Ra. Okay. The second thing, by bunching the bottom lip up, it made it easier to pull the tongue further back in the mouth. If you don't bunch your lip up and then try and pull your tongue further back in the mouth, it might be a bit more difficult. Okay. So for the English R, make sure that your bottom lip is bunched up a little bit. Okay, look at this position. Ra, pra, 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 pra. Hey Sam, how you doing? Thanks for joining. And Sam has, okay, good. So Sam's asked a good question here about the R sound. So, or he's raised a good point. Bunching your bottom lip up makes it easier to pull the tongue further back in the mouth, okay, which helps you to not make the mistake of touching the tip of your, the roof of your mouth with your tongue, okay. That's the first thing. The second piece of advice, and this came from Alberto, who's one of my clients from Portugal, who has got an amazing English R sound. And when I asked him what his #1 tip was for learning the R sound, he said, think of your tongue like a spoon. So imagine an English spoon. I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense. Don't imagine an English spoon. Imagine a spoon that you eat your cereal with, or your soup or food, okay? I'm still waking up, that's why. So imagine a spoon. You want your tongue to be a bit like the shape of a spoon, where the shape of your tongue in your mouth is a bit like this, okay? It's pulling back in the mouth, okay? So those are two tips with the English R sound, okay? And even if you're saying the R sound in the second position, ra, pra, pra, this is just as important, okay? Because if you are having difficulty with your R sound in the first position, it's going to be more difficult in the second position after another consonant. But if you can do this, bunch the lip up and make the tongue in the shape of a kind of spoon shape, pull it back, you're going to have perfect pronunciation of pra or tra or thra. Okay. Let's just make sure. So Sam was saying he was watching the R course yesterday, and he said, so Sam was saying that what I've explained to you now has helped it be clear why the tongue bunches up. Okay, everybody. So I take this is important. I won't explain it in more detail now, but use the advice I've given you here to help yourself make the English R. Okay. So just back to high price, which was Monica's question. That's the first thing that could be causing difficulty. Pr. The diphthong after pr is quite easy. It's I, which is me, I, Michael, and also this word here, my I. Pry. Okay, and then finally we've got the S sound and then a T sound afterwards. So priced. Okay, the ed ending often causes people difficulty in English. In this particular word, it's pronounced as a T sound. Okay, and the reason why the ed ending is pronounced as a T sound here is because it's coming after a voiceless consonant S. So in the ed ending, if the ed ending comes after a consonant where there's no vibrations in your throat, you pronounce it as a T. So you get priced. Okay, even if you're not interested in this particular word, all the tips that I've given you here, you can apply to other words and other areas of your English. Okay, so pay attention. This is really useful. All right. So that's okay. I will just see the comments that have come in on this part, and then I'm going to move on to the next question. So, okay, so Chow has asked and Sam has answered. What does bunch your lips means? So, good question. So, look at my lips. In this position, they're flat. Okay, my lips are flat. They're like two lines. But look how they are when I make the R sound. My top lip is coming up a bit like a square. Up, along, down. And my bottom lip is also coming out a little bit and up. Okay. Chow, that's exactly what I mean by bunch my lips. Okay. Sam said, in a word like very, it's rather hard to bunch the lips after the E. Yeah, that's absolutely right. So something I've given a lot of different people help on, everybody, is how to pronounce the word very. And what you want to get right with the word very is to make sure that you're not making the non-native English R, where you're saying very, or something like that. The other thing that you want to be careful with is to make sure that you've got the stress levels correct in the word very. So in the word very, the ve is stressed, ver. That's the stressed syllable. You've got the R at the end of that first syllable, ver. Okay, and then the R is also, you can also hear it at the beginning of the next syllable too. Very. Okay, and yeah, basically you want to make sure that you're getting those stress levels right. Sam, who's watching, is a client of mine, and one thing that he has been working on is just getting those levels right, where he's not over exaggerating the R sound too much. Okay, and it can take a little bit of practice to get right, but Sam's done a really good job of actually getting it right and making that R sound just strong enough. Okay, so just give me your thoughts so far. What are you finding useful so far about this? I'm just going to have a quick drink and then I'm going to answer Maurice's question. Okay, and Khalil said, go back to the playlist as much as you can. Thanks, Khalil. Khalil's name on the comments here is Grattan, and he has said to go and watch the playlist and practice the sounds as much as you can. I recommend that, everybody. If you're not in the course, watch as many of the videos on YouTube as possible, okay, and watch them as many times as you need to overcome the difficulties. They're all there for a reason, every video I've created is to help you overcome a common difficulty that people have in English. So really do as much practice with them as you can, and you're going to get some really big improvements, okay? Just one moment. When I'm talking this fast, my voice goes. Okay. Excellent. So, how are we doing? Sam's just saying he heard me use the dark L. Sam and I have been talking a lot about the dark L recently, which is the L sound that comes after vowels in English. For example, pull or kettle, or in the word kettlebell, for example, the L sound that comes after vowels, kettle, well, that's a consonant, but the L sound that comes after vowels and consonants is slightly different to the L sound at the beginning of a word. So Sam was just paying attention to what he heard there and heard me use a dark L. Right. So Maurice's question is about the T sound in English, and I want to teach this now, okay, because this is really important. I'm going to spend about 10 minutes teaching this, and yeah, so let's dive into it, because I need to leave sharp after 8:30 today, okay, everybody? So, the T sound in English. I have been working recently, all the clients or students that bought the course last week or the week before when I started the promotion, I gave them a personal analysis on their pronunciation where I analysed their pronunciation in comprehensive detail and then gave them an improvement plan that they could then use to improve their pronunciation and overcome all their difficulties one by one. And one sound that I kept giving people feedback on, I gave a French speaker feedback on this, I gave a Ukrainian speaker feedback on this, I gave a, I might have given a Spanish, I think I gave a Spanish speaker feedback on this as well. So different languages, different people, but I all gave them feedback on this sound, which was the T sound. And also an Indian speaker as well. I gave an Indian speaker feedback on this. And the feedback I gave was in English, the T sound is voiceless, which means there's no voicing in the throat here, and it's high pitched, and it sounds like there's a little bit of an S sound afterwards. Can you hear that high pitched airflow that comes out after it? Okay. The English T sound is a bit different to how the T sound is in most languages, where it's unaspirated. And what the aspiration means, or the word aspirated, it means that airflow is coming out your mouth in what sounds like a bit of an S sound. Okay, can you hear it? It kind of sounds like I'm saying. It's very high pitched. What you want to avoid in English, and this is really important, is saying a T sound where there's none of that, and the T sound is either voiced or it sounds like it's almost voiced, like this. For example, do, or top, 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 do, top, dip. Can you hear there? It's clearly not a D sound, but it's not a clear voiceless T either. So in your language, you may make the T sound voiced, okay? Or you may have it where you don't have this high-pitched sound afterwards, okay? Now, in English, it's very important that we get this right, okay? Because it has a very big effect on the sounds of the words. So, let me just write something down. When we say the word, let's just say, I'm just going to write down the word top and use this as an example. So nice and simple, this word here, T-O-P, okay, top, T-O-P, simple as that. With this word here, the voicing starts on the O sound. So if I say this really slowly, listen to what you hear. Top, 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 top. I'm saying that slowly and I'm breaking it down. What you might hear is it sounds like I'm saying t, and then the word hop, like this. Top, top. Khalil noticed this. Well done, Khalil. You're absolutely right. It sounds like you're saying top, okay? And that's correct. And the reason why you're hearing that is because if I make the T sound unvoiced, when I am making the O sound, at some stage I have to turn on the voicing in my throat. And what you may or may not know, if you've seen me explain this before, is the H sound in English is simply making a vowel sound and turning on the voicing as you make that vowel sound. So for example, if I just say the word hop, what I'm doing is I'm saying the word op, I'm starting it with no voicing in my throat, and then I'm turning on the voicing as I make it. Ho, 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 hop, 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 hop. Can you see, look at my lips. When I start doing that, I'm saying the O sound, but there's no voicing there. And then I'm simply turning on the voicing, ho, ho, ho. And it's the turning on of the voicing that gives you the H sound. Okay, so if you're in my course, watch the modules on this because this is really important, okay? But here, what you're hearing is t plus, as Khalil says, well done, Khalil, you're just pushing out some air and then you're turning on the voicing. Top, 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 okay? And then what you do is you gradually bring that together. So you start going top, 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 until it all becomes one, okay? But the important thing is to make sure, and you want to practice doing this slowly until this is comfortable, is with the T, you want to make sure that that's unvoiced. And practice this as many times as you need to until it feels comfortable like this, okay? Top, 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 top. Okay. Sam's saying my detailed technical explanations blows his mind every single time. Sam, that's really kind of you. Thank you very much. Okay, I really appreciate that. So everybody, I'm going to give you 2 more tips about this, okay? And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories just so that you've got this. I taught this to a French speaker who joined the course last week, okay? And beforehand, she was saying, duh, 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 dop. Or that's me doing bad French pronunciation of what she was doing, but that's what it sounded like, okay, to me. Dop, top, top. Because she was doing it voiced. She practiced what I told her because I gave her feedback on this, and she fixed it. Okay, she did really, really good job. I also taught it to a Ukrainian speaker. I gave her feedback on it. She went away and practiced exactly, basically this, which I'm giving you now. And then she fixed it. She removed the voicing. But then one thing happened. She came back to me and said, look, I've done this. How does it sound now? And it sounded great. But then the one thing that was happening was she was doing it voiceless. So she was saying top, 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 top. She was doing it really nicely. The one thing was she was then making the t sound a bit too strong, a bit too loud, and a bit too forceful. So what I was hearing was top, 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 or because I gave her some sentences, I think it was something like Tiny Tim's top tail, or something like that. And the level of the T was just a bit too high. So what will happen is when you're doing this, the key and the most important thing is to make this aspirated. That's the number one thing. Then the second thing, once you can do that, is to just make sure that you're not doing it too loudly like she was, okay? It's still better to do it loudly like she was, but do it correctly, because that's then 80, 90% right. That's what you want to do, okay? But then if you can then do it correctly, just gradually bring the height of it down, the strength of it down to get top, 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 okay? So Maurice, you said that you were from France yesterday, so I really hope that is useful for you because, as I said, one of the ladies I helped with in the course this week was French, and it's a very common thing I hear with French speakers just because of how French is different to English. So that should be really useful for you. But even if you're not French, there's a ton of different languages that can benefit from this, okay? Okay, Maurice, so I'm going to have to go in 2 minutes' time, so I'm not going to actually be able to answer your question here now. You said yes, but what about the way we pronounce it? It's a lot of fun, and in my day-to-day life, should we use R instead? There's no place where you should use the R sound instead of the T. Okay, and to make the T sound, and this is important, because again, different languages place the tongue differently than in English. So in English, we just want to place the tip of the tongue on the alveolar ridge right behind the teeth, not touching the teeth, just behind the teeth, okay, like this. Can you see that? Let me come in closer. Top, top, top. Okay. So that's how you make the T sound, all right? Now, Mehmet's just joined. Hey, Mehmet, thanks for joining. And someone else, oh no, Mehmet said about the W sounds. Mehmet, I don't have time to talk about that now. Okay, I have taught the W sound in a video on the channel. Just search on my channel for the W sound and you'll see the video come up, okay? Khalil says, very, very clear. Excellent, Khalil, thank you very much for saying that. Everybody, what's been your number one takeaway from this? Because what I've taught you here is probably going to be really useful for you, okay? It's really useful to get the plosive sounds and the T sound in particular right like this, making aspiration. It really helps to make your English sound very, very natural and very clear, okay? And also, you can use those tips I gave you on the R sound there to really benefit you as well, all right? I'm going to do another live soon. If you want more support from me, and if you want the same personal feedback and advice that I've given to the French speaker, Laura, who joined the course the week before last, and also Julia, who's the Ukrainian speaker who joined the week before last, and then the other people as well. We've had people join from Korea, Singapore, Russia, Portugal. We've had some people join from all over the world, and I'm really excited because I've been able to actually create them a step-by-step improvement plan on what they need to do to improve their pronunciation. They're all working through their improvement plans right now, and I'm also doing some live trainings specifically for them in my private coaching community as well. Okay, so if you want that level of support on your pronunciation so that you feel confident speaking English at work, in presentations, in meetings and job interviews, the place to go is just simply here, howtospeakenglishclearly.com, and you can go there. Because I had to cut my promotion short last week because I had some difficulties I needed to attend to, I've extended the promotion for just a few more days, and in the promotion there's a big price drop on the course and my feedback, and you also get my feedback for free, okay? And you also get a bonus course on intonation and weak forms of words. So if you're really serious about maximizing your confidence in English, guys, go there. Zeni, who joined last week, who's from Bulgaria, she sent me a message yesterday, because I give you my WhatsApp. She sent me a message on WhatsApp saying, thank you so much. She had no idea that I was going to provide this much one-to-one support to her. And at the moment, that's what I'm doing. If you get in now, I can provide that one-to-one support, and I really want to give you that support to get the advice that you need to quickly get you to where you want to be in English. Okay, everybody? So I'd love to have you in the course. I'd love to give you the same advice that I've given to everyone else. I really enjoy working one-to-one with you. And yeah, if you'd like the support, head over to How to Speak English Clearly, and I'll be very happy to get started on your pronunciation improvement plan early next week. And yeah, I'd be great to see you there. So I'm going to have to leave it here. Thanks everyone for joining. Khalil in particular, it's been great having you on the call. Thank you very much for joining. And I really appreciate you always being here. Khalil's been on the channel for years, everybody. Although I know other people here have been as well. Morning, Moni from Bangladesh. I hope you're having a great day in Bangladesh. Moni and anyone else, if you're only just joining now, I recommend going back and watching this from the beginning, okay? Because I've covered 2 really useful things here today in detail. And I really recommend, if you want to get the benefit of what I've given you here today, watch this back. I've covered this 2 things in detail instead of 10 things in 20% detail where you don't get everything you need. Okay, so if you want to, I recommend watching this from the start. If you missed the start, I'm going to be doing more lives like this on a much more regular basis. Okay, so I will send out a notification when I've scheduled the next live. I might do one tomorrow, I might not. But if not, I'll be doing one probably Monday next week. Okay. So morning, Manny. Thanks for joining. I'm sorry, I'm just leaving now. Oh, Alex, welcome back as well. Alex, great to have you here again. I was just saying, Alex, go back and watch it from the beginning. Okay. If you've only just started joining now, because I've done 2 really useful tips today. Astha, thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. Welcome. Amina, thanks for being here right from the beginning. From Morocco. Jonathan as well, great having you here on the live again today. We've got a little community going on. I love doing these lives with you. I love answering your questions. I love helping you to get these results. So yeah, everybody. Sam, great having you on the call again. Much appreciated. Everybody, Sam's given me some really nice feedback again about the course and my feedback. So I really appreciate that, Sam. Yeah, thanks very much, Sam. Monica as well, it's been great having you on the call today. I hope I've answered your question nice and clearly, and I hope that helps. So everybody, thanks for joining. Have a great weekend. If you're only just joining now, go back and watch from the beginning. If you want my personal support on your pronunciation, it's here, howtospeakenglishclearly.com. Go there, join the course, and then I can give you the same personal support that I've been giving everyone else who's joined recently. And Kin, I hope I pronounced that correctly, Kin, hopefully. Kin, thank you. If it's Kin, then Kin, but I hope I'm saying it correctly, Kin. And yeah, Bawe, thanks very much. You're welcome. Great to have you here. Ho, thank you very much for joining. I'm looking forward to doing your improvement plan next week. Ho's joined the course, everyone, and he was actually on my live one-to-one, well, private call yesterday as well, so that was great. Good to have you there, KK. Okay, everybody, have a great Saturday. I've got to dash now, but thanks all for joining. I always appreciate you being here on the lives with me. I love our little pronunciation army. We're doing a great job. And Astha, have a great weekend too. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you very, very soon. Okay, Khalil, you too, have a great day, and I hope your weather's better than it is right here in England. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.